Hey everyone, happy Thursday! Thank you for joining me tonight. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery patterns and kits. I'm here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, and it's the time where we relax and craft and work on a project together. So thank you replay viewers for watching, and thank you YouTube viewers as well. This will go up onto YouTube at Penguin and Fish Movies when we're done here. Hey Linda, thanks for joining me. Tamara. All right, people are popping in. Awesome. So we are working on the Jacquelynne Steves I Love Home Block of the Month Quilt Along. We are on block 4, which is the last block. Here we are so far. The house we will be stitching with embroidery floss with my coral embroidery floss on the giant cone. So we'll be starting that tomorrow. Tonight we're going to be finishing the needle turn applique. So I have 2 more little flowers here, and then we have the grass, and I'm going to do that in this cute little floral here. So that is the plan. Oh, thanks, Mary Beth. Got the short hairs. So, all right, we are doing that tonight, and then tomorrow as well, and Monday we will be starting the Hemlock Forest Friends Unicorn Stuffed Animal by Heidi Boyd. So get your little kit out. We'll be doing that on Monday and Tuesday. Then Wednesday and Thursday I'll be out, but we'll pick it up again on Friday if we haven't got it finished. My mascot is the large giant cone. I'll have to keep that behind us when we're done with this project, maybe. Big cone. Oh, and also today is the last day to get 30% off on the Betts White's Studio Knits knit blankets. Here's mine. I love it so much. It's heavy and just the perfect snuggling, perfect couch blanket. So be sure to check out that as well. It's the last night and 30% off is a whole lot off. So check that out. I think it goes to like 11 p.m. tonight or something like that. So you'll have to make sure to go do that right after we're done here tonight. But now we are going to continue on block number 4. Hopefully we'll get all the needle turn applique completed tonight. That's the plan. So, all right, flipping you around, let's get going. Okay, here we are. So I just, for fun, I got the other blocks out because I wanted to see how these teeny tiny leaves compared to the leaves that we already did, because they feel extra small. And I was right. Look, here are the last leaves we did. Look how much smaller our new leaves are. Like they're way, way, way smaller. They're about half the size. So that's a little bit of the difference. The flowers are a lot bigger though. I think these flowers were a little bit easier than these petals here. But they were a lot bigger in block 3 than I thought before I looked at it. So I don't know. I think we're doing pretty good on these itty bitty ones. I'm feeling good about needle turn applique in general right now, which I'm excited about. That's something I wanted to get better at with this project. So I'm pretty stoked. So I'm cutting a small seam allowance again because I drew these lines of these leaves a little bit bigger than I think they actually are. Yep, exactly, Patricia. No leaf is the same size. I was just kind of curious. Man, these feel small. Are these the same size as the last one we did? But nope, they're about half the size. So we're just continuing down the stalk here, I suppose. All right, let's get some thread and a needle. Man. See, so I was just thinking, man, I'm going to have to switch away from this bent needle soon. But it's funny, the entire bending of the needle happened during when we were English paper piecing and not needle turn applique at all. So that I wasn't expecting that. I thought Since it's so thin, I thought it would bend on both things, but nope. It's perfectly fine during this needle turn applique. All right, let's pick this up and get going for the night. I'm just gonna kind of place that down again. I'm using the background fabric, the line on the background fabric as my guide. So I'm not really looking at the front fabric again. That was just kind of more for how big to cut out the piece, really, at this point. All right, I think we're pretty good there. This is where my thumb's gonna get in the way for me because these are so little. Wow, jeez. Can't hold the needle either. Let's try that a little bit again. There we go. Itty bitty leaf. So I am taking smaller stitches too. And one of the reasons is that we're really trying to stuff a lot of seam allowance, a lot of fabric underneath this little leaf. And with the smaller stitches, I won't like push out fabric onto the other side or something. Holding and sewing is the biggest dilemma. Well, with these itty bitty ones, but man, I'm glad block 4 was block 4 because there's no way I think I would have been able to do needle turn applique like this with block 1, like right out of the gate. But with all the practice from the different blocks, I'm feeling good. Like I'm feeling really good about the needle turn applique. I hope it's like riding a bike. Like I hope I can just pop back on like later, like a year later, and still be able to do needle turn applique. That'd be pretty sweet. Oh, no problem, Charlie Ann. I actually want to do a larger thing about choosing fabric, and maybe I'll do it sooner than later. I'm kind of trying to craft it out in my head how I want to talk about that, like fun ways to think about putting fabric together. And it's kind of talking about color, it's kind of talking about pattern, and talking about value and all that, but from the aspect of fabric and, you know, just playing around and not so serious, not so scary, I guess. 'Cause color was definitely a scary thing for me. I mean, it still is every once in a while, but it can be fun too. So definitely want to talk about that more. So we'll see. I'm still shipping out your guys's Penguin and Fish embroidery supplies bundles. I'll be doing that for the rest of the week, which is just tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll finish it all by then. I have another big batch going out tomorrow, and then I'll finish the rest tomorrow as well. And then after that, I'm thinking about this fabric thing and a few other things. So it's on my agenda. Oh, your embroidery package came today. Wow, Diane, that shimmied to you pretty quickly because the first batch went out just yesterday. So that was like 1-day priority mail. Holy cow. Yeah, so once they ship, they get there pretty quick. So awesome, yay, I'm glad you have yours. You've never done needle turn like you are doing, but, oh, you've done the Hawaiian applique. Oh, so that's basically the same thing, right? Hawaiian applique. Yeah, I know, right? Are we neighbors? Maybe, I don't know. Diane, are you from Minnesota? I forget. But I think the Minnesota ones that I did the first day all said 1 day shipping, and I was surprised at that. I had never seen a 1-day shipping label before. Oh, and you guys, if you did, oh man, I think I messed this up over here. Nah, it's fine. If you guys did purchase the embroidery supplies bundle, that we've been talking about here. You should have received an email from me this morning with your bonus pattern, your Drinks for Two bonus pattern, the PDF. Oh, you're in the Twin Cities, Diane? Oh, dang. We are neighbors. But yeah, so you should have received an email with the bonus pattern in it, a link to it this morning. And if you didn't get that email, make sure to check your spam folder. And if it's not in your spam or your promotions folder, then it may have gone, well, it would have gone to whatever address your PayPal is under. So if that's different than your normal address that you emailed me with, then it'll be there. So sorry about that. I'm trying to figure out a way to make that go better in the future. Oh, a lot of you got your pattern today. Yay! Got the email, printed it off. Awesome. Good. Glad it's working. Good to hear. I did test it, but you know, you never know. Sometimes you send something out in the world and you hope that it works out. Oh, cool. I would love, and let me know what you guys think about this. You guys are like my, where I run all my ideas by. But I would love to start almost like a subscription group where I can do little fun embroideries, kind of like the Drinks for Two. And I would just do like a line art for it. And then we would stitch it up, and we could play with stitching something in all different ways. You know, like when you just did the line art, then you can do it however you want, and we can see how different people do it in a group, or, you know, kind of like, well, and then the thing with doing a sort of subscription-y type thing, or just like a digital thing, maybe it's not a subscription thing, but a digital thing, is that we can play around with designs a little bit more. Like with the Drinks for Two, that might not be something that's ever, that I put in the store, or you know, so it'd be like a fun way to play with the designs, and people can suggest designs and all that. I don't know. Thinking about that. Now, when would you use the reverse pattern? Gretchen, if you have like an iron-on pencil that you like using, or a pen, I don't especially like using that. You could print it on there, or if you were like copying it to, I don't know, some iron-on paper or something like that, like a t-shirt paper, you could use the reverse, and then when you flip it, it'd be right. Sometimes there's reasons for just transfer methods that would use the reverse pattern that work better. All right, well, that's an idea I'm playing around with, just the idea. I think it'd be fun to just have more fun with the embroidery patterns, like take suggestions and just do some silly ones, or more things that have to do with holidays or more topical type things. And then, you know, if we really like it, then we can put it make a digital pattern out of it later, or like get it up in the shop later if we think other people might like it too. That sort of thing. And it's just like a fun, playful thing that we can try different stitches and experiment and still have fun with some new patterns. So I'm playing with that idea, trying to figure that out. But I wasn't sure if you guys would like something, you know, more often like that for embroidery. Like a new design every month or every other month or something. Yeah, theme ideas too, exactly. Exactly. Or more to have to do with the seasons, like, you know, when it's summer, we could do ones with like garden vegetables and cute little garden animals or something, and then in winter we can do some more holiday themed ones or things like that. I don't know. I think it'd be fun. Then we could all hang out and embroider some more. because I don't wanna only do embroidery here, because I would miss doing all this quilting stuff. I love, you know, this is kind of, yeah, exactly, fun to learn. Like, this is my time to kind of learn and experiment and try new things. And if there's fun techniques that you guys want to do, we can do those here. So I've been kind of veering away from embroidery a lot here, and I'd love to get another place like that for just embroidery. It would probably be a special time. So because I don't want to, we'll continue having this, Deborah. I'll for sure keep this how we are now. So it would be like an additional, it'd be like an additional thing. Like, it'd be like a private Facebook Live almost, maybe. Yeah, variety is a spice of life. There you go. So, I don't know, thinking about it. It's good to hear that you guys are interested. That's good. All right, this is our last leaf. I will definitely keep you updated if I think about it more or have figured out how it would work a little bit more. But yeah, and I'll keep you updated. I want to do something on picking fabrics and all that as well. Lots of ideas. Just gotta get them all done, right? Okay, last leaf. It's the last leaf. All right, let's start on this straightaway again here. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Gretchen. I want to do that yet too. We should do that maybe early next year. It'll have to be mid next year because we're almost booked already. But yeah, the recipe where we have like a recipe stitch along. So if you have like a recipe that, you know, your mom or grandma or someone wrote in their handwriting, and we want to like stitch out that recipe. I think that would be super fun. Just really kind of sweet and fun. I already have like a recipe picked out in my grandma's handwriting, and I really want to do that project yet too. So I have it printed out by my desk, so it is still top of mind, but everything's in slow motion a little bit. Especially with holidays coming up. Yep. Getting caught all over the place. All right, so I'm just kind of tacking down that corner again quick, and one half of this got done. Tuck that under too. What we do with that recipe afterwards? Oh, Patricia, just like make a wall hanging or something. I kind of actually want to do a big embroidery. So if you are familiar with my book at all, Sew and Stitch Embroidery, one of the things that I do in there is do like a large embroidery where like I stitch it with big yarn and a big needle and like an oversized embroidery. And I was actually thinking a recipe of that. Like I would do like a small version too, but a big version of a recipe. Oh, your mom wrote poems. Oh, that would be so sweet, Robin. But a big version of that. And then I was thinking of like stretching it over canvas and then hanging it in my kitchen or something like that. But you could do like a small version and frame it and hang it in the kitchen. I mean, you know, it's a recipe, so the kitchen would be a cute place for it. But I just thought it'd be like just a sweet little thing, and it would be in, like in my case, it'd be in my grandma's handwriting, just in stitches. And it would be like a thing we could just learn how to learn and practice stitching type. So I thought that would be neat. Oh, it's Patricia, it's Sew and Stitch Embroidery, and you can find it at penguinandfish.com. It'll be right on the top, and you know, it's on Amazon and stuff too. But if you get it from me, it comes signed. But yeah, so, and we're actually going to do a project next year from there. We're going to be doing the sketchbook with the pencil case built right into the sketchbook cover with the pencil case built right into it. It's, I think, towards the end of the book with the cat on the cover, but you can really do whatever you want on the cover. Oh, dang, that would be cute as a recipe, the front cover of the sketchbook. Maybe that's when we should do it. Maybe we build it into that project. That'd be kind of fun. I'll have to think about that. All right, let's squish this in here, my last little bit. Get tucked in there. Alrighty, and I want to get this big corner here tucked in. There's a lot of fabric here, per usual on these tiny. Oh, you like the book idea with the sketchbook cover with the thing built. Oh, you're making the horned owl right now, Irene. Cool. That would be another fun one to do. There's little pillows in there that use that big embroidery technique where you can stitch with yarn, and it's really fun. It's actually very quick to embroider with yarn. There are some things that you have to change, like you need a bigger needle where you can fit yarn through, and that also means you need to use a fabric that's pretty loosely woven so all that can fit through it as well. But once you got those things, and sometimes transferring a design can be a little goofy, but after that, then it's really quick to stitch. And actually, you know, I've been working on that big hedgehog, that quilt that I want to put behind me in these Facebook Lives. I'm still working on that, but that's done in that big embroidery style with yarn as well. So I'll show you guys that again soon. I'm actually hoping to bring that to my parents' house over the holiday and finishing it up. So hopefully I can get it up, you know, before Christmas. Do you hoop the yarn? Yep, I do, Jenna. Sometimes I use, oh, actually, you know what? I did not hoop the yarn for, you know what? I did not do it for the hedgehog project, but I do sometimes. And when I do, I actually use a quilting hoop. So I just basically enlarge everything. Yes, it's basically crewel work. It's exactly that, Patricia. But I kind of just enlarge all the stitches. I'm not doing just like crewel type stitches. But yep, it's crewel work. It's basically that. All right. But it's fun and quick. Yeah, and with crewel, I think you typically use like wool yarn, and a lot of times it specifically says it's for crewel work. I just use whatever I have. Or however, if I'm intending to wash it or something, then I'll use something besides wool. All right. That is our last little leaf. I'm gonna have to press this thing, but in general, I don't think we squished our background fabric too much. But woohoo! Finish those flowers. All right, we only have one more thing left on this for the needle turn, and it's the bottom. And I was gonna do it in these cute, pretty flowers. Ah, that is gonna just be the sweetest. These are like the same exact flowers almost as these, the little cute round flowers. So that'll fit in just right. So I'm gonna trace that arc on here. I probably could just cut, but we'll trace it on still. I still have my pattern taped to my light table here. Let's see how easy it is to trace through this. We'll leave the selvage and we'll go from this side. All right, easy peasy. I'll just leave the sides on here. I know it's pretty long, but that'll be trimmed down. So, it's moving on my lap here. Okay, I'm gonna just trace it. I'm gonna extend the line a little bit too. I'm leaving that top edge. I got enough room for a seam allowance, I think. Yeah. Keep moving this, but it's still there. And even if I'm a little off on these lines, or if I can't see them very well, it's okay because I'm going to use the back lines as my guide. Yeah, so this is grass that does not have all the creeping Charlie all over it. It has just the pretty wildflowers in it. The creeping Charlie, like our last block, we put the creeping Charlie in there. All right. Great. Okay, I can see that just fine. All right, let's bring this here. I want to see how much I need to cut off of here. All right, so that's about like that. So how far are we from the bottom? All right, so just about right here. I'm gonna just trim along here. And remember, we're cutting this down anyway to, what is it, like the 8-inch or 8.5-inch square, whatever it is. Our whole piece gets cut down after this, so I don't have to be perfect on the bottom here. I know, I think that just happened to happen, that it matches our applique flowers perfectly. Oh, I forgot to trim around this side. So I'm leaving my seam allowance here. This I think I'll pin down because this is a big floppy piece. I want to make sure it stays in place long enough. Actually, maybe I should iron it too. There's that little crease in the middle there. Yeah, we'll give it a little press quick just to get rid of some of these little lines here. So let's zip up here, zoop, to the kitties. Oops, we'll just run over this really quickly. Get some of these middle folds out. I mean, we'll be handling this a lot, and you know, we'll press it again. But I think that'll just make me feel a little bit better while I'm stitching. Okay. So I'm lining up my applique piece lines with the lines on the background. So I'm pretty close. Scooch over here. All right. I think that's good. I'm gonna pin that. Let's get Phil out here. He's got my pins. Pinning from the back so my threads, my thread on the needle doesn't catch all over. So this is what I'm doing right now, just kind of pinning it is what I would do in theory for a Hawaiian applique piece. You would, and sometimes you cut it out as you go. But I'm pinning because this is a big floppy piece. It's not like our little leaves that I can just hold it there and it'll stay. I want this to not move around. Because what I don't want is to accidentally, you know, put like big bloops in like that or something. When you did the bunny for the Splendid Sampler, you used the starch technique. Yep, you may have used freezer paper for another block. Now you're doing needle turn. Of the three, I prefer the needle turn. The bunny one, when we did the starching, at the time, I thought that was awesome because we used the freezer paper and we used starch, I believe, for that. And, oh gosh, and we used that mini iron for that. So the nice thing about that was that we kind of pre-turned all our needle turn, you know, like, so I would pre-turn this circle, I'd pre-turn the heart, I'd pre-turn all the things. So all I had to do was just stitch it on, which was great. That part was great. It was easy to just stitch on real quick and not have to turn it all at the same time. But all that other stuff seemed like a lot of to do. You know what I mean? The starch, and, you know, I burnt my hand a million times with that iron, that little mini iron. It seemed like a lot of extra steps. So, I mean, I think in the end, I'm not really sure it really saved much time. So I don't know, and it wasn't as relaxing. So this, for me, the reason I'm liking the needle turn is that Zen mode of it all. You know, I've been talking about how knitting and crochet are like my two go-to things if I just want to totally zen out on the world and just go like knit two, purl one, knit two, purl one. You know what I mean? It's like meditative. And to me, the needle turn, how we're doing it now, is kind of the first quilting fabric related thing that I felt the same way as that. So, so that's the main reason why I'm preferring this. And I think the other ones, it's just like, it was just too much of a to-do. And you know, and there's something special to me about working with them at the most base level. Like, you know, all we have is fabric here, you know, fabric and a needle and thread, and we don't need any other gadget or glue or special technique or anything. Like, there's something special to me about that. I mean, you know, to each his own. I mean, I'm not judging anyone, but like for me, like I feel connected to all the you know, ladies who did this 200 years ago and stuff, you know. There's something neat about that. And again, that total Zen relaxing thing. And I wanted to experience that a little bit more and just get better to see if this is something that I would pursue in the future, some more needle turn applique. And that's kind of why I've been pretty strict on just doing the needle turn applique for this particular project, because it's a test for myself. It's a, do I like this, and can I get better at it, you know, thing. And is it still Zen by the time I'm done with it? So, and so far so good. I'm still enjoying it for sure. So yeah, I think needle turn is the winner for me. And again, I mean, like it depends the situation you're into. Like if I needed to get something done or, you know, wanted a certain look, I mean, I might use raw edge applique because that's just super fast. And, you know, I might want a raw edge look for a particular project. Or a collage-y look where I can just lay everything down and then it's all done. Oh man, I keep catching this guy here. So that calls for a different technique. So it all depends on, you know, what the plan is, you know. But in general, I've been really liking the needle turn. Oh, it's your therapy. That's why you've been doing it for so many years. That's awesome, Robin. Oh yeah, and this one you don't have to use the reverse patterns either, which is nice. But yeah, with the reversed embroidery pattern, that could be used for raw edge applique if you wanted to convert the pattern into applique. Some raw edge applique. I think this grass is so cute. So we did the grass last because it has to cover up, or in our case, it's covering up the bottom of that flower stem. That's why we were doing this last. Otherwise, it would have been like a good warm-up one to do because it's, in theory, just flat and I can do bigger stitches. But because we're covering something up with it, it needs to go after the thing that we're covering up. Ooh, it's fun to be this far on it, though. I think we'll have time to press this and trim it down tonight as well, so that's good. Then, oh wait, no, we're not trimming this down yet. Never mind. I was like, we can cut this down and be done with it already, but we have all the embroidery to do yet, and I want to do the embroidery before I trim the edges because we want a nice clean edge when we're done, and with embroidery, I'll be handling it a lot again. And so, nope, we will, I might cut off these little ends here because that's going to get annoying. But we'll be getting the embroidery hoop out and embroidering tomorrow. That'll be fun. Feels like we haven't done that for a little while. Oh, thanks so much, Glennis. Yeah, this part's going easy and fast. I can't believe we've been working on this for 3 weeks already. I was thinking, oh, we're speeding along with this. We won't need our full 3 weeks, but because we've been doing the other ones in 2 weeks. But I think I was out for part of this, so so it kind of was closer to 2 weeks maybe. Oh, you picked up some totes. Yeah, they're about $6. Exactly, Gretchen. I love them. So those totes that I showed you guys the other day, the clear plastic totes that I like putting my fat quarters in, that's where I originally got them, was from Target. But if they don't have any, then I threw that Amazon link here. But the Amazon link is for 6 of them, a batch of 6. Which I think is what I actually purchased. How many I actually got. I might have actually gotten more. Actually, I think I got like 10 or so, really, if I'm remembering correctly. And I think I have one left. One left that's empty. Ooh, so it's empty for potential new stuff, maybe. I don't know. And I am still hoping to do the fabric sale still. So I have, when I went through all my fabric, I have a bunch of yardage of older and newer, all of the Penguin and Fish fabric collections, and some stuff that you can't really find anymore. So I want to do, and I realize I have way more than I would ever use. So I want to do like a by the yard sale of that, and hopefully that will empty another bin or two. Yep, Joe, I am headed to the parents' house for Thanksgiving. It will also be my dad's birthday, so we're going to see him for that too. But yeah, so Wednesday I won't be here, and or Thursday, but I'm thinking everyone's probably doing something on Thursday. But Friday I'll bring my stuff to my parents' house, so we'll do a little live stream from my mom's sewing room again. Oh, good, Tamara. Yeah, I have to plan that all together. All these things I'm just trying to get through shipping the embroidery supplies bundles, then the plan for the fabric sale, and maybe this stitch along or the subscription thing, and I have a few other ideas for some things to come real soon here. So this weekend I'll start gathering a plan together again, and it'll stop floating around in my head and it'll be on paper, hopefully, at that point. Hate things floating around in my head. Gotta get them down somehow. I think we're a little over halfway done here. We can at least, never mind. I was going to say we could at least press this tonight, but we don't need to press it if we're still doing all the embroidery. I will trim off these two funny ends, and I think that will be that. That's all we'll get done tonight. But then I'll clean up the space a little bit, and we will get to the embroidery. Oh, you're trying the flat back stitching on some hexies, and you're glad I talked about. Oh, you really like it? Oh, good, Holly. Yeah, I think it's something that once I get used to, I might. It's really, I was actually really surprised at how much it actually hid the stitches. I wasn't expecting it to hide the stitches as much as it did. So that was surprising. So that'd be a reason to play around with it, I think, a little bit. Yeah, it just looks neat and clean for sure. Yeah, I was definitely a little bit more surprised. It was a little awkward in my hand, but you know, it was a new to me thing. So of course it's going to be a little awkward, but I could see once I got a handle of, oh, I should hold it this way, and then it's easier. Once I figured that out, then I could see it being a go-to way of doing it for sure. It was neat. Maybe it won't bend my needle as much either. That'd be kind of a bonus. That English paper piece and beat up my needle quite a bit. And here it's not doing it at all, but you know, I think I'm holding everything a lot more lightly with this needle turn applique than with the English paper piecing. And I don't have to go up next to the little cardboard pieces and try and guide my needle to the right place or anything. So I have a little arc, like a little inner arc here. I'm going to clip that because I think I'm going to have a little issue. It's going to want to stretch on me a little. So I'm just going to clip that, kind of release that seam allowance a little bit. Then that's going to allow this side of the seam allowance to go this way and this side to go this way. So I think that'll help a little bit here in this particular spot. You clip just one little snip for inner curves, and outer curves is where you want to reduce the bulk. So that's where we cut the notches, the little V's out of them. Oh, you've done about 55 hexies and haven't figured out, oh, what you want to do with them. All spring colors. Oh, Patricia, that's nice. That's a neat thing with the hexies, though. You can just kind of keep making them, and it'll turn into something for sure. Oh, yeah, Kathleen, that brings up. So I do have a winner for the this block, the I Love Home giveaway for this time. So I have seen the person in here tonight. So if you are in here tonight at all, go check your Facebook messages later. And I need your, first of all, I'm letting you know who won if you have that message. And I need your address and email, I think, to give to Jacquelynne. So just a heads up, I see the winner in here tonight. And I'm keeping it quiet until I'm positive that they're notified. So hopefully by tomorrow, I'll be able to share with you guys who won, if they saw it. All right, I'm coming to the end here. Oh, okay, Lucy, that makes me feel a lot better. So it has only been, is that true? It's only been 2 weeks that we've been working on this because we didn't start till the 6th. Is that right? What's today? Today's like the 16th or something, right? Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes me feel better. But in my head I was thinking for some reason, I felt like we scheduled the, oh man, I must have just totally screwed up in my head then. In my brain, I scheduled the unicorn stuffed animal to be after we've been doing this for 3 weeks, but it is only 2 weeks, you're right. Yeah, ah well. It's gonna work out just fine. We'll get it all done. So yeah, so we'll still, I think, yeah, so ultimately we did need 3 weeks for this. And I thought I scheduled it, but I didn't. We scheduled the 2 weeks. But yeah, because we'll start the embroidery tonight, but the embroidery will take a few days, and then it might take a couple days for the sewing as well, because I think this is kind of the most involved sewing for the block. But in December, we start the sashing and borders on this, so I can just quickly finish up the block during that time, and then we'll get on the borders and sashing and be good to go. All right, let's snip that. I'm using the little red poppy colored one today, scissors. Get rid of our pins. Give them to Phil again. I'm making like little, putting them in a row so it mimics his little nubbins on his head. Except they're so small. They're hard for my fingers to hold tonight. There we go. There, see? Nubbins, nubbins. All right. So while I just have this tipped underneath here, I'm gonna just snip this off and snip this off. Those are gonna get annoying, I think. All right. That grass looks so cute. I am loving it. So when we start up tomorrow, again, we'll get going with the, we'll stitch the whole thing in this bright coral again. Ooh, that's just gonna brighten this whole guy up a little bit. I think this bright coral is kind of like the perfect match for how playful and fun this bottom, all these flowers are. So I'm excited. I think it's gonna be really nice in this one. So yeah, tomorrow we'll start embroidery, and then we will pick that up. Oh gosh, again, probably December 1st, or whenever, yeah, whenever we get done with this guy, whenever we get done with him, we'll jump back into the stitching of this and finishing up this block. But soon it will be along with our other blocks, and that'll be nice. Then we can get the sashing, and it'll start being a quilt, which will be nice. Oh yeah, this little French country house with our little, long arm quilting patio on there. All right, guys, needle turn applique is done. I'm gonna flip you around and we'll call it a night. All right, hello again. Oh, just before I forget, one more reminder that it is the last night to get Bets White's Best White Studio Knits to get her 30% off of the blanket, which is crazy. So it would be a good Christmas gift or holiday gift for someone. So check that out. And the I Love Home block of the month, it is free. So if you didn't get it yet, you need to sign up before the end of December to download all the blocks. But oh man, I love that flower fabric. For the ground, for the grass. I think that just turned out so sweet. So I'm super happy with this. I'm feeling like way more comfortable with the needle turn since we began. So I'm stoked. Ready? Oh, this is it for the needle turn. I won't be able to, I don't know what the next project is going to be when I work on this, when I do needle turn applique again. So that's kind of sad. That's the last bit of needle turn for a little while. Now I want a new project with some more needle turn. I'll have to come up with something. But we'll start embroidery tomorrow. So, all right, guys, I will get this up on Penguin and Fish Movies on YouTube, and it will stay here on Facebook as well. I almost said PayPal instead of Facebook. All right. It's nighttime, so I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Have a great Friday tomorrow. Good night.